Hi there, this is Christine Farley, and I want to know, have you ever felt like you have this chronic pain, or you're just not feeling that get up and go, or maybe you just kind of ache? Well, I know what that feels like, and I lived with it for decades until I found intermittent fasting. And you're probably saying, oh, she's going to tell me to starve myself. Not true. So let's get right into it. Intermittent fasting absolutely has rocked my world because I have more energy, I have better digestion, and my chronic pain level that I had every single day, day and night, is down to almost zero. In fact, some days I don't have any pain at all. And I didn't realize how much pain I was even in until I started fasting. I have released inches. I have a lot more energy, better digestion, and in the weight department has lightened up. Woohoo! So I'm going to post a little disclaimer here. I am not a doctor, and so these are my experiences and how I do it. All right. So if you listen to the end of this, I will tell you how you can get a free gift that will help you on your road to intermittent fasting. But let's just talk about some of the benefits. Number one, it is super easy and it is cost effective because it doesn't cost you anything. In fact, you might find that you're actually saving some money. You can do it with any eating regime. I choose whole foods with a few treats. But you can do vegan, keto, any of those kinds of things, vegetarian, whatever you want, even the typical American diet. And I have found that with clients that have used intermittent fasting, they can do it with just about any eating regime. We're not going to call it a diet, but an eating regime that you choose. It is flexible, which is wonderful. So on some days, if I know I'm going to be busier than others, I will change my eating window and my fasting windows. And the best benefit of all is freedom from pain and discomfort. So has been some research done, and I have done lots of research. And the research is now showing that intermittent fasting reduces inflammation by over 60% in almost everyone who does it. Now, I don't know if you have any inflammation pain or arthritis pain, but 60% of reduction in pain is phenomenal. I've actually had better results than that. It balances out the cholesterol better. You'll have more energy. And now they're talking about how it is reducing dementia. And dementia is also an inflammation issue. So, hey, that is phenomenal because we all want our brains working a little better. So let's go on to how to do it. So intermittent fasting, I am not talking about fasting for a couple days a week. I am talking about on a daily basis. So how I do it, and I started out by fasting for 16 hours. Now you think, oh my gosh, that is such a long time. But in reality, you're sleeping half of that. So it's not a long time. Most of the time, my windows are 17 hours of fasting and 7 hours of eating, but sometimes it's an 18 and 6, even occasionally a 20 and 4. Now, you'll understand this a little better when I give this example. So usually what happens for me is I break my fast and open my eating window between 11 and 12 in the morning or at noon. And then I will eat a small meal, a snack maybe, and then a regular meal, or I'll flop that around. And then I usually close my fast, my eating window, and start my fast at 6 p.m. Now that is just usually my schedule. Of course, it's flexible depending on what I'm doing, but that works out for me. I usually start my fasting with prayer. I try to start my eating window with prayer too. But prayer, and fasting biblically go together. And prayer with eating go together too, to bless your food. So what is fasting and what can you do? Yes, you can drink all the water you want. all the herb tea you want, as long as it doesn't have any fruit flavoring, any natural flavoring on it, or it cannot be sweetened with stevia, because anything sweet on the tongue will break that fast. I also drink lots of herb waters. So you'll see me carrying around a jar with fresh herbs in it most of the year. And I drink refill that multiple times. A couple things that have helped me a lot during the fasting, especially when I was adjusting to it, was to carry a little Himalayan salt with me and take a few granules and then put it on my tongue. That helped to satisfy that hunger cravings, and just having that with a little bit of water or a lot of water curbed my appetite. Another thing that helps is a little bit of peppermint oil. So you just take a little bit, not even a drop. I just wipe the top of the bottle after I open it and rub it on my teeth. It freshens my breath, which when you're fasting, you are releasing ketones. So you do have a tendency to have a little bit of bad breath, but that seems to help with that. Now, as I said before, nothing sweet, including stevia or artificial flavorings that have no calories in them. And I am really excited about something that I've created for you. So I'll tell you a little more about that in a couple moments. So I started fasting over a year ago on September 28th, 2018. I'm down about 3 pant sizes, 2 dress sizes. I feel fabulous. I have great energy. And actually, I feel better now than I did when I was in my 40s. And I turned 60 this year. So what do I eat? Well, my father-in-law says I have discerning taste. I eat whole foods, dark chocolate, and really good ice cream. How about that? So the flexibility is there with intermittent fasting. You can choose what you eat. I can adjust my timing to going out to eat with other people or to going to parties. But on New Year's Eve, when we had a party, went to a party, I chose not to eat and just to drink. And the hostess gave me a beautiful plate of things to eat when my fasting window was open. So I have, when I was starting out, I did some energy work with myself to release old patterns and resistance to fasting. And that has really helped me get over to the other side of how it becomes a habit. Now, I also had to test this. So this last week, I decided that for 4 or 5 days, I was just going to start eating at a normal time and have 3 meals with my family and enjoy some time with them and that kind of thing. Well, some things happened. All of a sudden, on the second day, I started to have more issues with digestion. By the 3rd day, I was in joint pain and even had to take an Advil for the joint pain because it was so severe. So I want to just don't do what I do and test it out, but go ahead and try it and test it out. But maybe try the intermittent fasting, test that out and see after 2 or 3 weeks if you don't feel better, have more energy, and don't hurt as much. So let's get to what I have for you. I have a free quick start guide. So if you click on the link by this video, I will email that off to you. This quick start guide will give you the easy tips and the ways in which I have started that have gotten me to where it's just part of my lifestyle. And even my family honors that now. I can sit down with them if I choose to and have a meal, and mine is water or herb tea. Or I can sit down and have a meal and eat with them and enjoy their company and use that part of my eating window. That's my choice. So this intermittent fasting guide is to get you going quickly. It will provide you with a little bit of support, and it will get you going to where you can start your intermittent fasting journey. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. So give it a try. You have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. Many blessings to you.